goodness. I went live prematurely, but oh, good grief. I haven't even brushed out my hair. So today, let me get the mic on. There we go. Mic on. All right. Let's. You're getting some little dealy bop thingy that I can see what it'll look like. All righty. Oh, give me a minute. Let me brush through my hair really quick, so at least I can be somewhat presentable. You can still hear me at least. So, and my daughter is not going to be in the live stream today. She's feeling really tired today, but I will try to be as entertaining as I can be. I know she's a whole lot more entertaining, but let me just fix my hair up on top of my head to where at least I'm a teeny bit more presentable. I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning already. It is 9 o'clock my time. I've already been up since 6 o'clock, 6:30, something like that. Working down here in the kitchen, although what you see doesn't look like I've done a whole lot compared to yesterday, but I have, and I just finished mixing up 2 batches of dinner rolls that I am going to be putting in the pan and in the oven during the stream. I've been procrastinating doing them all week, and I'm going to wash my hands so you have living proof that I am washing my hands. You can hear the water sloshing around. So my hands are washed. There we go. Alrighty then. Oh, I forgot my glasses. Duh. I took my glasses off so I could brush my hair or comb out my hair. There we go. Now I can see. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Well, there I am. There I am. Oops. I know I'm a little early for most of my friends, but they will pop on. And if you guys are watching on the replay, you know what? Things don't always go as planned, but that's okay. We can still find some productivity in our day. I don't need the flour anymore. I am done with that. So let's put it in the cabinet. Oy vey. And I did not have a very good sleep last night. So I am a little on the low energy right now, but I know that it's the day before Thanksgiving. It is Anti-Procrastination Day. Both are solid reasons to get up, get things done. I think I've got the camera a little bit too close, so you can't see what I'm doing. Let me scoot it back a bit. There we go. That's a bit better. And we got people showing up. I accidentally hit the button to go live a little early. So if you watch the replay and you don't see me there, that's because I hit the button too soon. But you can hear me because I put the mic on. Good morning. Good morning, Chrissy. As I sit here, you're sitting there? Okay, great. Whoops. I got my little thingy bop here. Okay. I don't need this on anymore. That just helps me get set up for the day. All right. Wow. Can you guys see my bread dough? And I've got another one over here that I need to get rising on but let's, I don't have another bowl that's big enough. I need to, okay, I'm going to move this. Okay. Oh my gosh. Chrissy, do you ever feel like you're just out of the loop? I am completely out of the loop today. Here we go. Now, I've got my notes for Anti-Procrastination Day. Link to FlyLady's video is down in the description. And she made these, 17 or 18 years ago, something like that, but I still love them. I love her house. Her house is just beautiful. But for Anti-Procrastination Day, the tips that she advises us to do today is 1, clean the kitchen 15 minutes at a time. And you can see clearly behind me, I definitely need to do that today. Get kitchen ready for Thanksgiving. One thing at a time, don't multitask. So what I've been procrastinating the most these last couple of weeks is making my dinner rolls. So I've made my Bordeaux, and it is crazy high. It rose faster than I thought it was going to. Hi, Billy. Alrighty. Let's move this one out. I don't need both of these right now. And I won't need this right now. So we'll set that over there for now. Okay, let's see. Let's check out chat real quick. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Good morning, Cecilia. You're going to what? You're going to clean your kitchen? Yes, I need to do a thorough cleaning of my kitchen. And I'm sorry for those who truly loved Amanda or Amma yesterday. I'm not used to calling her that. That was my daughter. She was feeling really tired this morning, so she talked like she might not be on the stream. I'm hoping that later on, when she gets to feeling a little bit more rested, that she will want to join us. But if not, that's fine. Let me get out some butter. Get out my butter. And another thing I want to do today is clear out any unnecessary things out of the refrigerator one last time. Because today is the day where I have to get things done. Okay. All right. Now this was what I was using earlier to oil the bowl for my dinner rolls, my dough. So I'm just going to use it to butter my pan. And I know this is one of those roasting pans that you can pick up at Dollar General. And it comes with the little lid. That's why I like it, because it comes with this lid. So that once my dinner rolls are baked and they're cooled off, I can put the lid on top of them. And if I was smart and did these a week or two ago, I could have had them in the freezer, already baked. All I needed to do was dig them out today and then warm them so that they could have a night to thaw overnight, and then pop them in the oven tomorrow to warm up. But since I procrastinated and didn't do them until today, well, then we're just going to use them to keep any dust or dirt or anything off. Okay, let's put a little bit more on here. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning doing things here in the kitchen, and just finished getting the dinner rolls ready to where we could actually do something with them on the stream. So I ought to have some butter melted so I can brush them on. I might do that later. All right. Okay, there we go. My pan is thoroughly greased. So let's get our dough. Set that over the side. I'm going to be using that towel again, so I'm just going to sit it right in there, cover it up. There we go. I don't need a spoon. Let's get some contact paper. Okay. I don't have one of those pastry mats, so I'm going to use some contact paper. Let's get my dough out. Whoa. Okay. And that turned out very, very good. Let's see. Now I've got dinner rolls over here. Whoa. That I need to get on the rise. All right. Okay. There we go. I need to get these on the rise on the stove. That one has already had its rise. So, okay. Just going to put a little bit of oil on this. Not much. Put a little bit on this side too. And boom. Alrighty. There we go. Stick that in there. Go. Now I'm going to pop this on the rack on top of the stove to get it to rise. There we go. And it's on a rack that's elevated about 3 inches above the stove. The oven is turned on to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And because it's elevated, it's not in direct contact with the heat, so it gets that residual heat. So it's not going to like cook on the bottom. Alrighty then. Now, wipe my hands off. Now, my ribbombs recipe, this is what I'm using for the recipe for today. Okay, it is the butter-rich dinner rolls recipe in the Pillsbury Family Cookbook. This was my mom's cookbook that my dad gifted to her when they were first married. And I learned how to bake with this cookbook a great deal. And you can't see diddly squat. All right, set that over there. Okay, so the recipe, it calls for 2 packages of active dry yeast, 1/3 cup of warm water, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of butter or shortening, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 cup of milk scalded, 2 eggs, and 4.5 to 5 cups of all-purpose flour. Soften the yeast in the warm water. In a large mixing bowl, combine sugar, butter, salt, and milk. Cool to lukewarm. Stir in the eggs and yeast. Gradually add flour to form a stiff dough, beating well after each addition. And then you've got a kneaded method where you knead on the floured surface until smooth and satiny, about 5 minutes. Cover, let rise in a warm place. 85 degrees to 90 degrees Fahrenheit until doubled, about an hour. And I think that's what it is roughly over there because of the residual heat that's coming up through the oven, and it's not direct heat. And then it says to cover, let rise in a warm place, same. until light and doubled in volume, about an hour. And actually, it didn't take an hour for me. In fact, it rose up really quickly. Then there is a no knead method where omit kneading, cover and let rise as directed above. Toss dough on well floured surface until coated with flour and no longer sticky. Well, I'm not worrying about the floured surface. I'm using my contact paper for that. Let's catch up on some of the chat that I've missed. Good morning, beautiful. I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, I've read that. Does she have a new name? Does she have a new name? Casey. Oh, Cece. Oh yeah. Oh, I think that's her nickname. Her gamer friends call her. What? What? Cece? Yeah. If I noticed that YouTube has been doing something weird with the names, the notification names on the chats. So it's our at location or whatever, our at name. Oh, you're talking about Amanda. Oh, Amma. Oh, Amma. Oh, Amanda. Yeah. Yeah, Amanda. Yeah, my Amanda likes to be called Amma. Yeah. Thanks for clearing that up, Maggie. Oh, goodness. So I did sort of like the need/no need method. What I did was I let my mixer do all of the kneading for me. And then when I took it out of the bat or the pan or the bowl, I kind of hand kneaded it like I'm doing here. So this recipe should make a total of 24 dinner rolls. And I made 2 batches, so we should end up with 48 dinner rolls. Yeah. Hi, Pandy. Miss Joe won't work. Kicked my butt. 11 hours physically drained shift. Oh my goodness. Happy to be here. Well, I'm happy that you're here too. Let's just put work behind us and have a good day. So I'm going to just use my pastry cutter to kind of try to divide these up into even amounts. Because I'm not good at figuring out how much is what. So 24, each one of these should be 6. I should get 6 dinner rolls out of each one of these. So, and I shouldn't have done that. I'm still working making peppermint turtle. Oh, peppermint turtles. That sounds cute. Looks even. Well, so I need to divide this in third and then divide it each one in half to make 6 per. So we have a total of 24. There we go. Okay. All right, that one. All right, and then each one of these little dough balls will rise. Some are going to be bigger than others. Oh well. If it is, it is. I'm not the super baker, especially with yeast kind of breads and stuff. I'm still trying to figure it out. But you know what? We're that's the whole point of this. We're figuring it out. We're not giving up. We're not just throwing in the towel and saying, "Oh, I can't do this. I'm doing terrible. Well, that thought comes to my brain occasionally, and like it does for a lot of us, but we need to nip that messenger in the bud and just do what we enjoy doing. Find the joy in what we're doing. Yeah. See, look at the difference between these two. Where did you come from? I haven't seen any flies in the house in days. All right. Oh, I was thinking like a chocolate, but since it's you, it's a crochet cuties. Amanda, I forgot my phone in the living room when Aurora enlisted my help to package up the turkeys. Oh, I hope you guys have a lot of fun today, or tomorrow. I mean, yeah, it's tomorrow, right? Yeah, my dinner rolls are oddball size, but oh well. They will get eaten nonetheless. All right, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. And I can already tell that some are going to need to kind of fix it up like so. Because some are just super duper tiny and some are super duper big. That one's kind of small. Let's take a little bit off of this one. Sorry for the clang. Crochet peppermint turtles. I have a bag of caramel pecan chocolates. Ooh, yum. Love turtles. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Oh, now, okay. I'm a little slow. All right. I now just finally figured out what you guys were talking about with the turtles. Oh, that fly, Mr. Buzz, was waiting on your rolls. Yeah, I think so, because that's the only one I see compared to the way it was a couple weeks ago. Oh, let's see. It's just a 15-minute walk around our street. Nothing big. Oh, well, that's still, it's a lot of fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. Homemade means not looking like a factory produced them. Yeah, definitely. All right. So I think they're as evenly sized as I can possibly make them. So we're going to put them into our baking pan. Now I know not all of them are going to fit in here. So I've got a second pan I still need to butter. But we can, I'll have to let them rise anyway before I put them in the oven. So there we go. This one's already set up. And this one looks pretty good. I always use my kitchen scale because my fam will fight over the bigger rolls. Well, as long as it's dinner rolls, my family just don't care. They just take them and eat them. And if I made them like 2 weeks ago, they would be gone and I'd have to still do this today. So actually, but I've been procrastinating doing these for a couple of weeks now, so I have no excuse today. Okay, let me get a little bit of butter. Put a little bit of butter in the microwave. Oh, it's over there. Okay, good enough. Good enough for what I want to use it for. Okay. I like turtles. I think that's a Vine or a meme. Oh. Thanks a lot, Maggie. Just I guess since Amma is not here, then you're gonna have to torture me today with your Gen X, or no, not Gen X, Gen Z, whatever. I don't know. Your youthful jokes. If Amma was here, I was going to comment a Vine first. Yeah, I figured. Well, now that she's not here, you're going to have to take over for her in as far as torturing me. Good morning, Aurora. How are you, my friend? I hope you're doing really good. Hope everyone's feeling well today. All right, so I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I got 12 in the pan, which is perfect. So now I'm just going to brush them with a little bit of melted butter. And then I'm going to cover them up and let them rise. And then we will bake them. As long as I have your permission, I'll continue. You might as well. I mean, Amanda doesn't ask, my Amanda doesn't ask for permission, so you shouldn't have to either. There we go. Almost. And I am not good at making things with yeast. I'm still kind of in the learning phase. So because I have this lid, I'm going to use the lid as my cover to hold in that steam and heat. Oh boy. Well, see, it doesn't take long. You guys saw me put this over there a few minutes ago. It's already doubled in size. So, good grief. I'm going to be doing lots of baking this morning because everything is getting done so quickly. There we go. There's that. Let's get the other pan. I was only planning on doing the 2 pans, but I may have to do all 4 of them on the stream today. Okay. You know what? I could make it easier on myself. Well, nah. Nah, why make things easier on yourself? Do it the old-fashioned way, the homemade way. I mean, Amma, that sounds so weird. Amma did everything by hand yesterday. You all saw her fix up those cookies, and her hand was hurting her this morning too from all that mixing by hand. And then also the creaming the butter. That is really hard on a person's hand and muscles. Oh, Amanda says She just yelled, "It's not morning for me." Thanks a lot. You sound like my daughter. Oh, well, I guess I deserve it. I'm a mom, so we have to endure our kids' sarcasm occasionally. Should I start saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and just cover all the bases that way? Those look good. Well, thank you, Chrissy. It is Wednesday, my dudes. Yes. Wednesday. Yes. Wednesday is Anti-Procrastination Day on Cruising Through the Holidays. There we go. Got that all mixed up, or got that all coated. Now, got butter on my fingers. All right. Hope I have enough melted butter. So let's make our dinner rolls. Here we go. That one's pretty good already. That's a vine. Oh. You are relentless, aren't you, Maggie? You just want to torture me today. I think most of my kids' vocabulary is nothing but vines, and I have absolutely no clue what they're talking about. Well, I guess this is entertaining for some. You gave me permission. I know. I know. That's why it's like, I asked for it, didn't I? Oh, goodness. Yeah, I think Christmas or Thanksgiving and Christmas is the only time I actually make dinner rolls. I might, I don't know, consider making them more often just to get more practice throughout the year. Anti-procrastination. Today I get my car inspection so I can renew the registration due on the 30th. I must. That's great, Pandy. I hope it all works out for you. Yeah, let's do things today because tomorrow nothing's going to be open, or very few things will be open tomorrow. And get things. Oh, I just now remembered. I just remembered something, and I forgot to do because I got tied up in something. Let's see. Have you ever made gluten-free bread? I'm scared of making it. No, I never have. Probably because nobody in my family is gluten intolerant that I'm aware of. So we've been fortunate not to deal with that. But no, I haven't. I think I may have and not known that it was a gluten-free recipe. Yeah, you got this, Pandy. Yes. Yes. And like going live today, I wasn't sure if I was going to this morning, but it's Anti-Procrastination Day. I can't not go live. I think I said that right. It defeats the purpose. But you know what? This is real life, folks. And we're just making the best out of low energy, trying to zap as much energy as I can. And dinner rolls, this is comforting. Making dinner rolls is really comforting because I love dinner rolls. While Amma, gotta stop myself. While Amma was making the chocolate chip cookies yesterday, I made the cornbread, and that's always comforting. There we go. Alrighty then. I may have to just fan this out around a couple of places. Bake them one at a time. There we go. All right. Alrighty then. There we go. I think trying to make sure that they're evenly spaced. And they got enough room to grow. I tried making it, but it didn't rise. Maybe my kitchen wasn't warm enough. That could be. I know the let's see, let me look at this recipe. Does it say? It doesn't say. Well, what the? I'm trying to see the shape. Oh, here it is. Bake in a 400-degree oven for 12 to 15 minutes. I have it at 350 right now. So, and I always have one of those wire racks that's about 3 inches high. I have it sitting on top of one of those to allow the heat to go around it, but not be direct heat to bake it and cook it. So I'm gonna set this over here for right now, because I've got another batch of dinner rolls I got to get cut up and in pans. So let me get 2 more pans. Like I said, I only was planning on doing 2 pans. Now I'm going to have to do all 4. Good morning. You know. That was Nathan that walked past me, going to his room. So, yeah. How are you going to try skipping the Procrastination Day live stream? I know. I have no excuse. I can't skip it. All right, set that there. Okay. Dinner with myself. I can't reschedule. Yeah. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? You're doing great, girl. Yeah, we're all doing great. Okay, let me put a little bit more butter and get to melt. There we go. Really, I need 15 seconds melting time. And yes, you can see my dirty dishes behind me. I will get to them. They will get cleaned. Let's put it in for a few more seconds. All right, good enough. Good enough. I'm going to get a new one of these. There we go. Get another paper towel. Good morning, Maria. I hope my Amanda wasn't too controversial for you yesterday. She got a little bit wild, but I think we both did, so I'm partially to blame. Hello, Maria. You're getting sleepy. Why are you getting sleepy? Were you up all night like you usually do? You get up like at 2 a.m. and just start working? I'd be sleepy by now too if I got up that early. I'm good, just writing my list of things I need to do today. You have been so inspiring, Sheila. Oh, well, thank you. I try. I have enjoyed watching you so much. Well, I try. I don't think of myself as all that inspirational, but that's just my own personal opinion. And you know what? What does my opinion count? It counts for diddly squat. We can be our own worst critics. So I am certainly my own worst critic. Let's not talk about dirty stuff, LOL. I have a lot to get done. Well, that's why I'm cooking today. I've got I got stuff to do as far as cleaning and stuff yet to do, but I have to get on top of some of this food preparation because I don't want to be slaving over it tomorrow. I'm going to be slaving over it enough tomorrow, so I need to get more preparation done today. And dinner rolls are like the most difficult thing for me to deal with, just because I'm not all that super duper confident in that, in my abilities. But we're trying, we're learning, we're doing new things, and we're going to succeed. All right, there's that. Where is my dough? There's my dough. All right, my dough. Look how much it's risen already. And that's just been sitting here. So my kitchen is pretty warm, I guess, today. So, okay, let's get out of here. Come on. There we go. Yeah. And my bowl's pretty clean. So that means I did something right. Okay, get in the sink. Alrighty. So let's knead it a little bit. Fingers are free again. Okay, very good. I think I'm going to employ Babe, my husband, to help me peel and cut the potatoes tonight with me. Yeah, there you go. We are having salads for dinner tonight, so I was working around Aurora making cookies to cut salad veggies. I need to do potatoes. Yeah. She's a beauty. Who's a beauty? You a beauty? Yes, you are a beauty. Alrighty. This in half. Actually, doing that did pretty good last time, so let's do it again. Wasn't too bad. Alrighty. Now each one of these needs to be cut into thirds, and then each one of those in half to make 6. Hubby is gonna start the chicken in a bit. He's got it in his head that it has to be done today. I'll oblige, I guess. Okay. Oh, now my husband doesn't really help too much in the kitchen, except for maybe helping with washing dishes or something, or maybe with the laundry. Oh, those are small. Oh well. Now the kids will help me, but right now they're just all tired. Nope. That one keeps wanting to roll. Yeah, some of these I know I'm going to have to add a little bit more from others. I can already see the uneven sizes, but you know what? They'll bake up the same. They'll rise up the same. They'll eat just the same. Good morning, Jamie. I don't know if I saw you earlier. If you popped in. I'll get them. I'll get them for you. Oh. Ah. I don't know what his obsession is with making the bird, but whatever. He's trying to be involved, I guess. Well, yeah, at least he's involved. That's a good thing. My husband just wants to stay out of the way. The only time he might help with any kind of cooking is if we're grilling out. And then he takes over. I do the sides and he does the burgers and the hot dogs. Let's see. Did I cut this one in half like I was supposed to? Why am I getting an odd count? I don't think I cut this in half then. But then some of these are like this one's super big. This one looks good. Fairly decent size. Babe does the dishes more often than I would like him to. He works 60 plus hours a week and doesn't need to be doing housework. Yeah, my husband, well, he doesn't do the 60 plus, but he does work 40 plus hours a week, and he's always doing something out in the garage and working on something. So yeah, but he wants to help out of the loving kindness of his heart. Aurora ran the bakery out of my tablet, battery out of your tablet. Why did I say bakery? I don't know. Can't imagine why I'm saying bakery. Uh, Aurora ran the battery out of my tablet, so once it got some juice again, I'll finalize my to-do list for the rest of tonight and tomorrow. I have to make cinnamon rolls for hubby's work tomorrow. Oh, yum. I might just keep them odd shaped. Like Chrissy said, it just means that they're homemade and not factory made. You have bread on the brain. Yeah, I guess so. I'm a dough brain, and not in the money kind of sense. Trying to make them as evenly sized as possible. Like this one's a little bit on the big side, so I can add it to something. Like this one back here. Makes it special. Yeah. Oh, goodness. And this one's big, so cut this one off. Add it to this one. It might look like I know what I'm doing, but I really don't. I'm just amazed at what my hands are capable of doing here. If you're surprised, I'm doubly surprised. These are actually looking decent, and that's just amazing to me. But I guess it doesn't take much to amaze me. Now this one's still kind of small. Yeah, that's better. This one's kind of big. Add this to this one. Okay, I'm going to say that's good enough. That's good enough. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. My husband likes quoting that. And now he's got me quoting it. Oh, you do? You're not surprised? You're not surprised? Oh, I am. I am amazingly surprised. These are actually turning out decent. That's why I need to probably make them more often and do a little bit more practice. See the size? They're like this one's teeny tiny compared to that, but I'm tired of messing with it. I just want to get them rising and then in the oven and baking. They'll still eat up good. He will not be rejected. Alrighty. Alrighty. Yeah. Just getting things ready for tomorrow. Alrighty. That's good there. Okay. Let's butter them. And then we have one more pan to get ready. There we go. Go, go, go. Alrighty then. So this one's done. Okay. Set it over here out of the way. Alrighty. Last pan. I just gotta get Aurora to leave me alone tomorrow while I'm doing the bread dough. She wants to help and then I mess up. Well, she can observe. She can watch you make your bread dough. That's a good way for her to learn. Just by watching. Hey, if I can do this, then anybody can. Even Aurora. Whoops. This is a cooking show. It's turning into kind of a cooking show, isn't it? Although I don't have the fast cuts and stuff. This is self-production. I don't have the whole stuff that has things already made up ahead of time. I love a cooking show. I binge Food Network and YouTube cooking videos a lot. there's these videos. I don't know where they're made, but I guess they're made maybe in either in Russia or Europe or Eastern Europe or something, because there's no dialogue except for like closed captioning, and then some of the closed captioning, part of it's in a foreign language and then part of it's in English. It's like it's got the English translation, but they've made some really good things on there. I've gotten a lot of neat recipe ideas from them. I don't know what her last name is, but her first name is Beryl. She's from New York, and she has a cooking. She has a channel on YouTube where she does cooking videos, and she's always getting different recipes from all over the world, and like how the different places in the world use spaghetti or pasta, or how do people all over the world cook, um, how do they cook their eggs or something like that. I love watching her, and there's been some really neat ideas. I feel bad because most of my family is doing all of the cooking. Well, that's okay, uh, Chrissy. They need to learn to do cooking too, and you know it's okay to give yourself a break and treat yourself. I don't feel that bad though. So yeah, don't feel bad. Do not feel bad. I'll be cooking this afternoon. She knows how to do it, but she gets pissed off because she annoys me and I get an attitude. So then I'm annoyed baking, cutting corners and rushing things. Well, yeah. But whose brain has developed more? That's what my kids will say. You know, yeah, my kids, they've taken like child psychology classes in high school. And well, it's not child psychology, it's like child behavior something. And so they're always telling me that kids' brains aren't fully developed until they're like 20, 21, something like that. And so whenever I get annoyed about them, they they will, or at least Amanda will anyway, will come back at me and says, "Yes, but your brain's more developed than mine." She's a sassy girl sometimes. I wouldn't feel bad. Yeah, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, Chrissy. I'll be having special touches, of course, LOL, throughout the day. Well, we got speaking of special touches, I went to the store yesterday and got all the fixins for the goop I mentioned to you guys yesterday. Amanda wanted some of that, and so we got everything to make goop. And if you don't want to know what goop is, that is Watergate salad. We just call it goop around here because that's what my mom called it. Mom and my hubby and kids, LOL. She's made them with me so many times, and it's always the same cycle. I think I got just the right amount of butter that I'm going to need for this. Here's a big bun. I like big buns, and I cannot lie. I'm not sure what Watergate salad is. Oh, Watergate salad? That is where you mix pistachio pudding mix and Cool Whip together with a can of drained crushed pineapple and you add mini marshmallows to it. Some people you will put like pecans or walnuts in there as well, chopped pecans or walnuts. It's really, really good. Yeah, some people make it with mandarin oranges and cherries if you want that. We like our green goop, so we use the pistachio pudding. But yeah, I've seen some people make it with the orange. It's green goop, Chrissy. Yeah, green goop. Oh. Thanks, Pandy, for finishing that line. I don't remember. That's the only part of that song I know. So, alrighty. All my dinner rolls are done. They are done. Let's see. What's the first one look like? Does it look like it's ready to be baked yet? Not quite. Almost. Although that's weird. I don't know if I can carry this carefully. I don't know. Can you guys see this? I don't. Can you see this dinner roll right there? It looks like it's got a little bit of a brim hat that's kind of separated out. Let's see. Can you see that? I don't know if you guys can see that, but it looks like there's a gaping hole there. It's weird. All right, let's put this back on there to raise. They're raising up nicely though. A little bit longer to raise and then they'll be fine. And all the rest of these just need time to raise. So set that over there to the side. Clean up some of my mess. Let's see, what time is it? Oh my gosh, it's already 10 o'clock. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's move you guys over here. Front and center. So I can read your chat here. It's a weird combo, but pretty good. Yeah. Some people don't like it because of the texture. Regular salad, only the ingredients are different. Sure. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist. Oh, okay, Maggie. Enough with the memes. Oh, no, I don't care. I like mine with chopped maraschino cherries too. Yeah. Like on Christmas Vacation. I think so. It's been a long time since I'd seen that movie. But the aunt put cat food in it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen those movies. That's a fancy. Oh, were you able to see that? Isn't that weird? That is so weird how that happened. I guess I could stay alive enough till at least that batch gets baked and we can see what it looks like when it's done. Do you leave them out all night? The dinner rolls? Well, I usually don't bake them at night, or I mean, make them up at night. But then my kitchen is really warm today, so everything is rising quickly, especially on the rack above my stove. I was continuing the song. Oh, you were continuing the song. Okay, see, like I said, I don't know. Got into trouble. See, you guys, you're exposing my ignorance. I'm not super into hip hop. I'm still stuck in the 80s and early 90s, guys. Maybe the 70s too, as far as music goes. And there's like maybe a few 80s bands that have put out music in the 2000s I might be familiar with because I love those bands. Like Tears for Fears or the Eagles, things like that. But yeah, I'm still kind of stuck in the past. But I love it back there. I've been watching some of the old documentaries about Band Aid and Live Aid. Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I mention those things? Just because it's kind of like reliving my teenage years. Watching those shows kind of reminds me of MTV when I used to watch it back in the day. Yes, I gave you permission. But we like this banner. You guys like the banner between me and my daughter, or my daughter and me. Anyway, so so we got to have this kind of banner going on, or else I'm just super boring. Leave them out all night; they won't be there in the morning. Oh yeah, well probably, but no, my kids know that if I say don't touch them, they won't touch them because they won't get dinner rolls for Thanksgiving tomorrow. That is 90s. Baby Got Back is from 92. That wasn't even born then. I wasn't even born then. I'm old enough to be your freaking mother, Maggie. I graduated high school in 90. So I am freaking old enough to be your mom. I liked it back then too. Yeah, I remember Live Aid. Yep. They for July, I guess there is a Band-Aid YouTube channel or something, and they did a live rebroadcast of the whole day concert on there, and I think there's still videos on that channel of the entire Live Aid concert. It's broken up into parts. It's like an hour or two, hour and a half sections or something like that. But yeah, that was really cool to rewatch those this summer because it's the 40. This year was the 40th anniversary of that event. You should be schooling me about that song. Was that a boy band? Baby Got Back. That's what is that? Was that oh my gosh, who are they? Not Backstreet Boys. Was it Backstreet Boys? No, not Backstreet Boys. I didn't really get into the the um the boy bands all that much. But I really like um oh golly. I cannot Danny Wahlberg. Yeah, or Wahlberg, yeah. I like him. Yeah, I watched Blue Bloods, and when they went off, I've been watching Boston Blue. I want to go back to the 80s and 90s. Yeah, me too. Well, Nicki Minaj kind of brought it to the forefront again a few years ago. MTV, when they still play music videos. Yes, I cannot stand MTV nowadays. I love the music videos because they were so creative back then. I mean, they were doing all kinds of things because it was a new genre of entertainment. But then some bands were already doing it in the 70s. Like ABBA, they were already doing music videos in the 70s. But that's because they just didn't want to travel so much, and so they made a music video of their songs and sent it to like Australia and South America, and they became big in those places just because of the music videos. And then other artists started picking that kind of thing up. 91, so that tracks. There you go. Maggie and you crochet. Yeah, yeah. Maggie crochets. Yeah, we're crochet. In fact, Maggie inspired me to pick up my crochet back up. So yeah. And I've got an idea for a pattern for a coaster I just have to work out how the stitches are going to be. Or if I can't do them, like maybe make a base and then just use like strips of yarn to applique the design on there. Something. I'll figure out. I'll figure out something. But I've got something hatching in my brain. My daughter was born in 94. Okay, there we go. I'm the old lady who crochets. You're not old, Maggie. You're the youngest in this group. I'm technically old enough to be my supervisor's mom. She was born 4 months before Brandon and I started dating. Oh my. Yeah. Live Aid. Yeah. Love Live Aid. Let's see. Let me go check my dinner rolls again. You know what? Do these look like they're raisin enough, or should I raise them up enough? You remember what they looked like before, how spaced out they were? Now they're sort of touching. You think they're raised up enough to bake? Ooh, like, okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and bake these. I'm curious to see what this one looks like. Here, let me take the lid off real quick. Maybe you could see it a little bit better. There we go. Here we go. There we go. There. Those look like they're raised. Those are huge. Okay. Looks like they've doubled. Looks like they doubled. Okay. We're going to bake them. They're in the oven they go. Alrighty. And it said, what was it? 12 to 15 minutes? Is that what it said? Yeah, 12 to 15 minutes. Let's set it for 12 first. All right, 12 minutes. And then we'll look at them. And then we'll see if we need to stick them in there for another couple minutes. Yep, alrighty. Okay, I'm going to go get... What am I doing? I'm going to put this next one on to raise. Because there's just so much heat that's coming up through from the oven to the stove. Oh, get back in there. Maybe I'll sign up to bring rolls next year for Thanksgiving. Hey, this was funner to make them than I thought it would be. Let me know if you need help with the crochet pattern. Thanks, Maggie. I'll see how I can do, and then I will let you know. I know. I saw New Kids on the Block at Great America in California. There, aren't they? Don't they have a show in Las Vegas now? They're doing an actual show week after week or night after night there in Las Vegas. I'm jelly of Eva. She could go watch them anytime she wants to. So there we go. Well, we just now have to wait 12 minutes. Well, 10 minutes now, according to the thingy-bob. So, yep, they do. Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to go to Las Vegas, though. I mean, it's just not my vibe. I'm such a country girl. I mean, I can tolerate St. Louis, but that's probably about the extent of my tolerance as far as city life. And I'll only visit there occasionally. Chicago would definitely be a no. I may visit there like 2 days at the most. See what I can see and then get the heck out of there. I think so, but I'm not sure. Yeah, Yeah, I remember seeing something. And I don't know if maybe they were, and then they no longer have the show going on now, but I think they did at one time. But anyway, let's see. Let me see if I can look something up here. Yes, New Kids on the Block has a show in Las Vegas as part of their ongoing residency called The Right Stuff at Dolby Live at Park MGM. They have performance scheduled through October 2026. So I was my memory and my brain is actually still functioning. So yes, all right. Not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor me, and I'll give them a little bit of promotion. I live here and I don't go downtown to Las Vegas. It's too expensive. Yeah. Oh, I forgot you live in Las Vegas too, Maria. Oh my gosh. I forget where some people are. That's would be, let's see. I would love about Maryland. 2 hours can get me to Baltimore and DC or PA with a luscious rolling hills to the mountains. Oh, or to the mountains. That sounds nice. Now I liked being when my daughter and I went to DC on a school trip. I really enjoyed that trip. It was exhausting because the tour guide was like zipping us from one place to another, and there was a lot of walking. But but seeing the sights that we saw was really really nice. I loved it. Josh Groban will be in both Germany and Tokyo next year. Ooh, no dates yet, but he will probably be in the opposite place I'm at. And is that what you would like to go see? You'd like to see Josh Groban? I like him. He's a good singer. I don't know any of his music, but I've heard him sing on like talk shows or something. 6 minutes on the timer. So yeah, uh, Babe loves Josh Groban. Oh, cool. Now, if I ask my husband what he thinks about Josh Groban, he's like, "Who?" He doesn't know things. He doesn't know that. Josh Groban is one of my hall passes, but only if he sings to me first. Amanda, you're silly. We're an hour from Atlanta, 2 hours from Nashville, and 2 hours from the Great Smoky Mountains. Oh, we had our honeymoon in Gatlinburg, and oh, that is so beautiful, the Smoky Mountains. Although once we got there, my husband didn't want to go much places around there because it was so mountainous, and some of the highways and roads you could see that there's a guardrail that you can see on the other side of the guardrail. There's quite a few drop offs, and he didn't like that. Excuse me. So we stayed pretty close to Gatlinburg. There was one time we went to Cades Cove, which is a park outside of Gatlinburg, but it was like down into a valley. So he was okay with going there, and we saw some bears along the way and some deer. And but yeah, we stayed in and around Gatlinburg, and then once we got out of there and on the flats, he was much better. But I've got a picture of him somewhere where he's driving, and you could see the tension in the muscles in his wrists when he's holding on to the steering wheel. You could tell that he was nervous with driving there. He's a if he's a fan of The Office, just says he plays Andy's brother in the last season, I think. He's not a fan of The Office, unfortunately. No, I've back. I really haven't seen much of the U.S. Office. I watched the UK Office, and I kind of liked it, but then, oh golly, what's his name? Can be that one guy can be so obnoxious, and it kind of soured me. But then when I watched The Office, and oh my god, I am terrible with some actors' names. In the U.S. Office, when I watched the first time I saw him, I didn't get to see 40, see 40 the 40-year virgin. I didn't see the 40-year virgin, but I saw um, Bruce Almighty, and his character was kind of obnoxious. And just when there's an obnoxious character, I just kind of sour with that actor. I really ought to watch more of his stuff because I know he's not like that in real life. But Ricky Gervais, yes, yes, he's funny, but he can be so obnoxious. I liked Ricky Gervais's version of The Office. I watched that, but then I kind of got soured by seeing seeing actors in different, because whenever you watch a show or a movie and a certain actor or certain character's personality just rubs you a certain way, it's kind of hard to distance yourself or distance that character from the actor. And so it makes it difficult to watch that actor's further work because you're always remembering that one character that made an impact on you in less than a positive way. Yes, Gatlinburg was very pretty. I loved it there. We had a private cabin, and yeah, that was the first time I actually got plastered drunk. It was on our honeymoon in the cabin. But we were arguing, and I told my husband, because we were just newlyweds then, I said, I would rather be plastered drunk than angry with you. So I want you to get me drunk. And he did. He got me drunk. I got what I asked for. I don't care for Ricky Gervais either, but Brandon likes him, so go figure. Yeah, there's some of Ricky Gervais I can tolerate, but then there's some that I can't tolerate. So yeah. Okay, we've got about 1 more minute left on the dinner rolls. Let's see what they are going to turn out. Yeah. Another actor that is kind of that way, but I can't help but like him still either, is Alan Rickman. First time I saw him, he was a bad guy in Die Hard. And then the next time I saw him, he was a bad guy in Quigley Down Under. So trying to watch the Harry Potter movies, it's hard for me to even like him, you know? So that's why I didn't get into the Harry Potter. My kids do. My kids like Harry Potter, but I think it's his face. I don't know. I just get instantly annoyed when I see him. Yeah. Yeah, he's not the most photogenic. Yeah. But he is kind of funny in a and I just think maybe that's just British humor that I'm just not getting, and that's part of my problem. I'm just not understanding British humor. Alrighty, let's take a look at this. Okay. All right, that needs to be in there longer. Try get back in there. Yeah, let's there a little bit longer. It needs to be in there longer. And I forgot, I was supposed to have it at 400 degrees and it was still at 350. So it's going to take a little longer. My mistake. Your kids love Harry Potter too. It's not my favorite. Yeah. Now, there is one series that I just fell in love with when I was my kids' age, in my late teens, early 20s. That was the Anne of Green Gables series, starring Megan Follows and um, Colleen Dewhurst. I love that series. And for a while, I used to fix my hair up like hers a lot. I mean, there's attractive people on that list too, not like the aestheticness of their looks, but just their face rages me. And the Green Gables too. Yeah, I love that series. I've seen all the series. I've got all the books and some of the extra books, because I think there's like 8 or 9 of the Anne of Green Gables series of books, and then there's like 2 that's about Avonlea, and then there's a couple of others that's about, or one about Anne and Gilbert or something like that. Yeah, I've got all those books. My little sister's middle name is Anne with an E for that very. My daughter Bethany's middle name is Anne with an E for that very reason. So hey, we got some. We're kindred spirits here, guys. Yeah. Well, that's, you can love Harry Potter. That's great. I mean, I've seen a couple of the movies, and they're not bad. But it's just hard for me to follow the story because it's I don't know, magical mystery. I don't know. Why am I doing this? I don't know. Put my butter knife down. I don't know why I picked it up in the first place. Aurora's middle name is Roseanne with an E because people let me choose her name while heavily medicated. Oh, okay. No, I'm not gonna say nothing. Yeah, I had our names, the names of our kids. We had their names picked out ahead of time. Not that I knew what we were having, because I wanted that to be kept a mystery. I think I know with Bethany and Amanda, I definitely did not want to know, but I think we found out when we had Nathan. I thought, okay, well, might as well know now what it is. And I had already picked out names ahead of time, so whenever they were born, it's like, okay, if it's a girl, it's going to be this. If it's a boy, it's going to be this. In fact, my husband, he picked out Amanda's name. He was having dreams about, going to the store, or he had a dream about going to the store and the cash register's name, the lady at the cash register, her badge said Amanda. And then I think the next day or day after, he went to the store and the register's name was Amanda. So he told me about this weird fact. So I'm like, well, Amanda's not a bad name. Yeah, okay, we could hold on to that. But then I got to pick the middle name, and I chose Gail because it's my mom's middle name. Now we picked Anne because, one, I loved Anne because of Anne of Green Gables, but Anne, I found out, meant child of God. And, or no, Bethany means child of God, and then Anne means full of grace. That's right, full of grace. Well, Grace was my husband's mother's name, and she had passed away when he was 4 years old. So, um, yeah, so I wanted to kind of honor her in a way without it being like in your face honoring her. So I didn't want, because um, I didn't want to offend my own mom by not choosing her name. But then when we had another girl, I'm like, okay, let Amanda Gale, that sounds good. So, okay. Ooh, okay. Okay, guys. Okay, let me move this back. All right. Let me scoot you guys over here for just a minute. Okay. Drum roll. We're getting out the dinner rolls. Now, they're not perfect. This is my first batch. So they don't turn, the first batch never turns out perfect. But they aren't bad. There they are, guys. Ooh, and the next one's about to raise. Okay, I need to let those raise a little bit longer. The second batch is almost ready to be put in the oven, but it needs to raise just a little bit longer. Let me see those buns here. Let me tip it forward for you guys. Yeah, I could have let them rise a little bit more, but they're better than nothing. There we go. Maggie's got the drum roll going. Yeah, these turned out better than I thought they would be. Because especially since I am not a pro at making dinner rolls or yeast spreads of any kind. I was supposed to be a boy named Christian. They didn't even pick a name if I were a girl. So no idea where Amanda came from. There we go. And then there's the one. Yeah, there's the one that's got the little tippy hat thing. Yeah. Isn't that weird looking? Isn't that weird looking? Well, they will definitely get eaten. My kids will not turn their nose up at this because they love dinner rolls regardless. Oh, I remember that song, yes. Every time I hear Raise, I think of Josh Groban singing You Raise Me Up. Yes, I love that song of his. Yes, Maggie. Let's see. There's a few things I missed here. Tell people that once you watch, if number 2 or number 4 are where you stop, just keep going. 5 to 8 are my favorite movies. 5 through 8 are my favorite. Oh, Harry Potter. Yeah, I think we saw the first and the second movies. I think that's the only ones I've seen so far. Well, guys, we've made it to another hour and a half. I still have lots more dinner rolls to bake and other things to cut up and prepare. And I have been on the go since 6 o'clock, and I haven't even taken a break for myself to get a drink or get anything to eat for breakfast. And so I'm starting to get hungry myself. In fact, these dinner rolls are very tempting to just dip in there and try one. Watch through the credits of the Polar Express just to hear him sing Believe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we watch the Polar Express every year for Christmas. I gotta feed animals myself and go, and so I gotta go too. So yeah, all right, my friends, thank you so much for tolerating me for another hour and a half. We made a bunch of really yummy dinner rolls. I still have to bake 3 more pans of these. So yeah, you guys have a fabulous Thanksgiving. I may get on for just a few minutes tomorrow to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. But tomorrow is the big day, and I'll be here in the kitchen again, preparing something. Yep, we need to take care of ourselves. Don't forget to take care of yourself, Sheila. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. That's why my word for this coming year is balance. I aim to find a healthier balance in my life with caring for myself, caring for my family, caring for this channel, caring for our finances, all of those things, all of those areas of health. I want a nice, healthy area, healthy time. All right. See you guys for just a few minutes tomorrow because I want to still keep this going. We've got days 29 and 30 of cruising through the holidays. And then next week is the super cruise. So, all right. See you guys tomorrow. You guys have a fabulous Thanksgiving. It'll only be a few minutes, though. So, tomorrow will only be a few minutes. Bye, my friends. Love you.